Hey guys, I hope you guys are enjoying your summer or whichever season you're currently in. Here on the East Coast, we just got done dealing with Storm Isaias, and I'm alright, but leave a like if you're happy that I'm still alive. Anyway, I'm in nature and enjoying the sun and the breeze, but I come here pretty often actually. I recorded the gold dust video here, and that's on my channel, but what if we kiss at the gold dust bench? Moving on. Today's video is going to be on my favorite underrated slowcore band, and it's Movietone. Movietone formed in 1994 in Bristol, England, and later released their debut self-titled in 1995. I would say this album is definitely psychedelic and kind of like space rock at times, and I can see why, with one of the members, Rachel Brooks, being a part of Flying Saucer Attack. But this album also has a very nice female vocals, almost like spoken word delivery at times, and she has a very nice England type accent, but kind of reminds me of Hood's Rustic Houses in Four Lone Valleys, that release that they did. Kind of similar sounds that they were going for, but yes, their next album, their sophomore album that they released 2 years later in 1997, is Day and Night, and I would say this album is kind of experimental, combining, yes, slowcore, but also ambience and also pop at times, and they just combine those sounds and make a really enjoyable album. It kind of reminds me of Stereolab's Dots and Loops at times, and I enjoy this record though. This is definitely my favorite of their albums that they came out with, but it also has a kind of, it reminds me of winter because it has a cold kind of atmosphere to it, kind of melancholic at times, especially with songs like Day, with Blank Like Snow. I feel like that song is really cold and just gives a whole kind of wintry atmosphere to it, but I really enjoy this album. It's definitely my favorite of their releases. And after this album, they actually took a 3-year hiatus from recording, coming out with Blossom-Filled Streets. And while this record is definitely similar to Day and Night with the mellow kind of sound that they were going for and the soft kind of songs that they make, I would say it's slightly more experimental at times, almost jazzy at times. But all in all, a good album. I really enjoy it. And they later released their final album 2 years later after Blossom-Filled Streets, and it's The Sand and the Stars, and this would be their final album that they come out with. But this is definitely them at their prime and them figuring out and nailing the sound that they were going for originally. And these songs are so much fuller and nice melody at times, and definitely catchy. They stick in your head. And I also found out while researching this band that they recorded this record in on a beach, so that's pretty cool. I can definitely picture them on like a campfire recording, and these songs are very nautical at times. Kind of reminds me of the summer, and I would say Blossom-Filled Streets kind of reminds me of the spring, but I really enjoy this record as well. But that's pretty much it. Those are the 4 albums that they came out with in their discography. But I really appreciate all their albums that they came out with, and I don't hear too much about this band. I feel like they're pretty underrated, so I wanted to share them with you guys. But that's all for today. If you have any obscure or underrated slowcore bands or albums that you guys want to share with me, feel free to comment them in the comments. But that's all for today. Peace, guys.